Guys, I am Ian Hunter and welcome to the beautiful Belfast Cookery School here at Mourne Seafood, and today we're going to be cooking a new addition to our at-home range, a beautiful deli buttered chicken with a fragrant Pilau rice. Okay guys, now we're going to start with the rice. So in our little pots here we have our basmati rice, which has been rinsed. Okay, it's very important you rinse your rice. We have cinnamon stick, bay leaf, a star anise, some turmeric, onion seeds and coriander seeds. Now this is everything you need in the little pot. Everything in one go into the pot. Rice, believe it or not, is it's actually a very simple thing to do, but people find it quite tricky. In fact, it's number 2 on the searched how to cook on Google. So I've made it as simple as possible for you. So the important thing to remember is 1 part rice to 2 parts liquid. Okay, so that's 1 cup of basmati rice, and in our little containers here we have 1 cup of water and 1 cup of coconut milk, which you pour straight into the pot with all the other ingredients. Okay guys, it's simple as that. Now, we're going to cook this on a medium heat. So, my cooker goes up to 9. I am cooking this at 6, okay? So just above halfway. So you adjust that to your own cookers, okay? Lid on, okay? So that'll come to the simmer and then we'll take the temperature down a little bit. And basically you just leave that there guys and look after it, and it's ready once all the liquid has absorbed. Okay, so that's the rice on, simple as that. And then we'll move on to our curry. Okay, now, any professional chef before they start a job in the kitchen do their mise en place. Okay, so it's a French culinary term, basically means everything in its place, getting all your work done before you start a cooking job. So to begin guys, beautiful banana shallot. Okay, so we're just going to top and tail our shallot, split down the middle lengthways and just remove the skin. Now once we do this, I'm going to hit you with another French term here called chiffonade, which means finely shred. Now the reason we chiffonade is the finer we get our vegetables, the quicker and more flavour we extract. If they're big and chunky, not a lot of flavour, takes more time. Nice and fine, a lot of flavour really quickly. So if you just place your fingers like this, okay, with your middle finger slightly out, so your knife just rests completely flat against that middle finger, you start at the tip and you push forward and down. Bring your knife back and you're pushing forward and down. So thumb at the back of your shallot and just use that as a little lever to pull your fingers, okay? So forward and down, bring it back, forward and down. Every time you slice, you just slowly bring your fingers a little bit backwards, and the knife resting against your middle finger will just come along the shallot, and you get that lovely fine slice, your nice chiffonade. Same again with the other half. So it's all about technique. Once you get your technique down, then you can work on your speed. Okay, shallot's done. We'll just pop these into this little container and onto our garlic. Now, we are not going to chop our garlic. We're not going to use a nasty garlic press. We're going to grate our garlic. Now, this is one of the best tips I can give you for home cooking, guys. Now, we grate our garlic for 2 main reasons. Okay, number 1, you get that lovely paste which just dissolves into what we're cooking. Number 2, and more importantly, when you grate your garlic, it releases all the oils. Now, that's where all the flavour in garlic is in the oil. So when you chop it or use a garlic press, you're not releasing the oils properly, you're not getting that full flavour. But by grating it, you're getting every little bit of flavour out of your garlic. Okay, just set that to the side. And now our ginger. So we're going to grate this for precisely the same reason, guys. But okay, so we're not going to use a peeler or a knife, just get a little spoon, pull down, okay, and the skin of that ginger comes right off. Now again, this is a super wee tip at home. Fresh ginger freezes incredibly well. So I would get yourself a pound of ginger, break it up into little pieces like this, peel it, pop it in the freezer, wrap it in cling film, pop it in the freezer. When you need it, bring it out again to use. You don't want to use that nasty lazy ginger, which is full of oils and empty calories and preservatives. Always use the fresh stuff when you can. Okay, so you're looking about the same amount as the garlic. Okay, so about 1 tablespoon. There we go. So again, what's left, guys, you can cling film that, pop it into the freezer for using again. So there we are. So we've made this as easy as possible, guys. I've done most of the mise en place for you. That is basically all you have to do. Slice your shallots, grate your ginger and your garlic. Now we're going to seal off our chicken. So, pan on the highest heat, guys, okay? About a tablespoon of oil. Okay, so if you can, I always use this in the cookery school, the brighter gold. The rapeseed oil, it's the healthiest oil you can cook with, guys. Lowest in saturated fats. Really high in omega-3, omega-6. Now, I'm going to wait until that just starts to smoke, okay? There we go, very quick. You don't want to put protein into a cold or warm pan, it'll start to boil. You want it to really start frying, so a nice warm pan. And then very gently, guys, tipping away, add that beautiful marinated chicken. So this chicken is marinated in yogurt, a little bit of chili, ginger, garlic, and turmeric. What we want to do now is get a good colour on that. Okay, so we just let it sit for a bit and get a nice colour on it. Now the reason I'm using thighs, guys, of course you can make this with chicken breast if you want, but chicken breast is an extremely dry meat. Not a lot of flavour in chicken breast. Always prefer using thighs. There's so much more flavour in the thighs. Stays nice and succulent where the breast would dry out. So, I'm going to get a nice colour on this before we move it. And don't forget your rice is on. Always check your rice. You can see it's turning a lovely yellow colour. Not too far off. So I'm just going to reduce the heat down to a low heat. So it was on 6. I'm taking it down to 2 there. So you want to time that your rice is ready pretty much the same time as your curry. Okay, now from start to finish, we're talking maybe 20-25 minutes for this entire dish. So extremely quick. With a nice colour on that chicken, what we're going to do now, okay, is actually just remove it from the pan, put it on a little tray, and we're going to retain this pan to finish the curry in, because you've got all that lovely flavour in there. Okay, so just set that to the side for the time being. In the same pan, okay, so still on a high heat, we're going to add half the butter. Wait till that melts down and is foaming. So that lovely flavour in the pan, that's going to lift up and flavour your sauce. I wish you could smell this, guys, because it is sensational. Butter melted, nicely foaming. Okay, so that is your peak cooking. Okay, so firstly, in with the shallots. I'm going to soften those down a little. Again, they're absorbing all that lovely flavour as well. So just let them soften down for about a minute. Then we go in with the ginger and the garlic. And just use the back of your spoon or spatula just to push that down nice and flat. Again, this is on a high heat, guys, so keep it moving. You do not want that garlic to singe. If it singes, it'll go quite bitter. So constantly keep it moving for 30 seconds or so. That's it. Then we go in with our chopped tomatoes. Okay, so once the chopped tomatoes are in, we go in with our spices. We have cumin, ground coriander, smoked paprika, and that gives smoked paprika gives a lovely depth of flavour. And don't be scared. Give the bottom of your pan a little scrape, okay, just to get all that beautiful flavour into it. Okay, I'm just going to turn that off and check the rice. The rice should almost be ready. So lift the top off. Get a little spoon in there, and you want to put it to an angle and pull your rice back. Okay, now you see all the liquid has absorbed. That is your rice ready. Okay, now what we'll do, turn the heat off, leave the lid on, and that's just going to finish steaming in its own heat. Okay, so that is your rice ready. Now our sauce. Okay, so your sauce, we're going to blend this so it's nice and smooth. So whatever blender you have handy at home, guys, it doesn't have to be the stick blender like I'm using here. You could use a little pot blender, so whatever one you have handy. Retain the pan. So to this, I'm going to add 3 tablespoons of cold water, and we're going to give this a little blend. Now when we do this, be very careful, guys. I always like to put a little cloth over the top in case you get any splashes. I'm going to pour that back into the pan. And look at that amazing colour. So back on the heat, so about a medium to high heat at number 7 there. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to add the beautiful double cream. Add some crushed chilies. Some fenugreek. Fenugreek is a beautiful aromatic curry flavoured herb. We're going to go back in with that chicken. Okay, so you can just imagine the beautiful flavour in there. Just a little taste. Fantastic. Now, when we're cooking, guys, I want you to keep tasting this throughout the whole cooking process. So, that is a great way to educate your palate on how adding seasoning, how long you cook things, adding new ingredients completely changes the dish, okay? Almost there. So, we want to bring this to the simmer. So you can see it's starting to bubble, starting to simmer here. So what we're going to do is to add the rest of the butter, okay? So a little nudge, just evenly distribute it over the pan. Okay, remember this is butter chicken after all. It's a beautiful, rich, deep curry. And with a little teaspoon of sugar here. And we just gently move that about so the butter emulsifies in with the sauce. Okay, so with new ingredients in there, guys, I'm going to give a little taste again just to show how much those little things just completely change it. Ah, superb. Now we are almost there. It's at 7, okay? Mid to high temperature. I'm going to take it right down to half temperature, okay? So that's at 5. I'm going to let that simmer for 2 minutes, and then we're almost done. We're almost ready to plate up. Okay, guys, so that's been simmering for 4 minutes. And that is just thickened up beautifully, and that is us almost good to serve. Now, what I want you to do is have a little taste, guys, okay? As it is sensational, but if you've noticed, I haven't seasoned this the whole entire time, guys. I was leaving it to the very, very end. Now, I'm going to add a little bit of salt. Just a little pinch, okay? Give it a good stir through, and then taste it again, guys. Salt is a natural flavour enhancer. Wow, the difference just a little pinch made is incredible. So there's 2 ingredients that are natural flavour enhancers, guys. Salt and, believe it or not, vinegar enhance the natural flavour of your cooking, okay? So the salt will individually enhance all those different ingredients in there. Whereas pepper's not actually a seasoning, guys. Pepper is a spice. So pepper won't enhance your flavour, it'll just make it taste more peppery. Now we don't need any pepper in this whatsoever, just a little pinch of salt. And you're good to go, but please try it before and after. The difference is incredible. Now, that is good to go. We'll have a little look at our rice first. So this has been sitting off the heat, just finishing in its own heat. Now, what you need to do is remove your bay leaf, remove your cinnamon stick, and your star anise. Okay? Please remove these before you eat them, guys, okay? Now, as you see, that is beautiful and fluffy, okay? So it's not wet, it's not sloppy, it's not too dry. It is the absolutely perfect rice, okay? More than enough for 2 people. There's probably about 3 portions here, to be honest, guys. Now look at that. You can see every little individual grain, nice and fluffy, not stuck together. Oh, beautiful pilau rice. Now, onto our curry. So I'm just serving the rice separate, so you can add a little bit of rice while you're eating. Just like to leave a little bit in the pan for you to come back to. Just to finish off, we have a little pot of yogurt here. So this just adds to the richness. So just a little drizzle over the top. And finish off with a little chiffonade, fresh coriander. Okay, I'm using the same technique I showed you for the shallots. And the finer we cut our herbs as well, guys, the more flavour you will get. Start to finish, guys. Not even 20 minutes. An absolutely beautiful restaurant standard Indian meal of deli butter chicken with beautiful fragrant pilau rice. Okay guys, thank you very much. This will be available on our website very shortly. Thank you.